Connected but not really. Path versus local connectedness in topology. Can something be fully connected at a glance, yet broken up close? Let's untangle the hidden layers of mathematical space. What looks connected at first glance might hide unexpected gaps beneath the surface. Picture a giant bowl of yarn. Every thread touches something else, overlaps, twists, wraps around. But can you follow just one single thread from the outer loop, all the way to the deepest tangled center? Is it one continuous path, or a knot masquerading as unity? Or imagine lava sweeping across a valley floor. From above, it looks like a solid sheet, unbroken and smooth. But underneath, cracks, fissures, fractures that make one landscape behave like many. This isn't just poetic metaphor. It's the heart of topology, the mathematics of shape, continuity, and structure. And in topology, we ask bold questions. Can every point in a space reach every other without breaking continuity? If each tiny region seems connected, does that guarantee the whole space is? Surprisingly, the answer is not always. That's where two deceptively simple concepts come in: path connectedness and local connectedness. These are more than abstract definitions. They determine how we model real-world systems, from neural networks and circuit boards to transportation grids and data clusters. In this video, we're going to untangle these ideas visually, intuitively, and powerfully. So you not only understand the math, but see why it matters. Let's dive in. To most people, the word connected seems simple. It means one whole piece, no breaks, no gaps. A chain where every link holds together. A power grid where electricity flows seamlessly from one end to the other. But in topology, the mathematics of space and continuity, things aren't always so straightforward. You can have a space that looks unified from the outside, smooth, continuous, even elegant. Yet, when you start to explore how its points relate to one another, you might uncover hidden cracks, invisible rifts in the logical fabric of the space. So how do we describe and measure these differences? To start, let's define two core concepts, two lenses through which we can examine how things hold together or don't. Path connectedness. A space is path connected if you can draw a continuous path between any 2 points. No jumps, no teleportation, no lifting your pen. Think of tracing a route on a map from one city to another without ever hitting a wall or breaking the line. Local connectedness. On the other hand, a space is locally connected if every small neighborhood, the immediate area around any point, is itself connected. Zoom in anywhere, and you'll find that tiny piece is whole, with no fragmenting or disjointed bits. At first glance, you might think these ideas go hand in hand. Surely, If every small piece is connected, the whole must be, right? Or if the whole is connected, surely its parts are too. But here's the catch. In topology, one does not necessarily imply the other. That's where things get beautifully strange. And it's in these subtle gaps between the local and the global, the intuitive and the actual, that topology reveals its deepest insights. Imagine a hiking trail system. If you can walk from any point to any other without teleporting, that's path connectedness. Mathematically, this means there exists a continuous function, a path from one point to another. Formally, for any 2 points x and y in a space x, there's a continuous map f 0, 1, x such that f 0, 0, x and f 1, 0, y. So a circle, a square, or a rubber band. Path connected. A donut, also path connected. But take two separate circles. No path exists between them. That's disconnect. Local connectedness zooms in. A space is locally connected at a point if every neighborhood around that point contains a connected open subset. Think of neighborhoods in a city. If each neighborhood feels connected, the city may seem locally connected. But a city with many dead-end pockets might be locally disconnected, even if it's globally path connected. A wild example, the topologist's sine curve. The curve is path connected except at one weird spot. Zoom in, and it's broken up into infinitely tiny, disconnected wiggles. Here's the twist. A space can be path connected, but not locally connected. That's like having a string. You can trace across the whole shape. But if you zoom in anywhere, the local neighborhood feels shattered. This matters in real math, in understanding fractals, signal continuity, or neural networks. Topology isn't just about shapes. It's about structure, possibility, and limitation. Why care about this? Because modern science runs on connected systems, neural nets, quantum systems, AI models, transport, and logistics. In some cases, a model might work globally, but fall apart in small-scale detail, just like a space that's path connected, but not locally connected. Mathematicians and engineers need to know, are the systems they model smooth and continuous, not just overall, but locally? That's where topology becomes a critical tool, and where your understanding of connectedness makes the difference between insight and confusion. So the next time you hear something is connected, ask, how connected really? Topology shows us that global and local behavior don't always align. And in that tension lies both the beauty and the challenge of mathematics.